Something I can see peering out of that black hole, two luminous discs. The eyes, it might be a face, might be almost but heavens, something wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles to me. Oh, yeah, I can see the thing's body now. It's large as a bear. It glistens like wet leather, but that face, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black, and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is kind of V-shaped with saliva dripping from its rimless lips that seem to quiver and pulsate.
The nighttime sky has fully encompassed Los Angeles at this point, as the three of you in your two separate vehicles pull out of the parking lot and drive onward into the city to find something to eat. Perhaps while you're driving, the glove box light begins to light up in your car, Alister.
Okay, I will, I really gotta stop doing this while Alister, does do a quick check around to see if there are any cops. Because he definitely looks up the local distracted driving laws everywhere he goes.
Square. God.
Deeply square.
No,
cubicle,
I know.
In fact. And will, answer it. Just says, McAndrews, current assignment is, done, but I just left, so the report will be uploaded shortly.
The device popped out of the glove compartment, but the screen does not display itself. There's perhaps an inherent safety feature that if the car is moving, it switches to audio only.
Oh, good.
All right. Glad to hear it, McAndrews. I judged by the fact that your car was moving again that you had removed yourself from the hotel. I imagine everything's all wrapped up then.
Very well executed hoax, sir. But seems to be harmless.
Well, hold up. I'm glad to hear it's harmless. I'm disappointed to hear that it's a hoax. I'm sure the budgetary department will be glad to hear that they don't actually have to dispatch field agents to study it. We have plenty of men very, very busy in Walla Walla, Washington at this point. Although I'm disappointed that it wasn't anything more than, what was it?
Multi-directional holographic projection, recorded audio. Looks like they staged an initial sighting by one of the janitorial staff first, and then uploaded the video. Hard to tell if it was doctored, but I think it was. No word on the person who did the work beyond they had signed an NDA, and they were inventing some sort of fairly elaborate backstory involving an accident on board in the 1950s. I'm sure it will all be uploaded to the website with great fanfare.
Certainly. Damn, a paranormal country bears jamboree.
Sir.
Alright, well, disappointing, but I'm afraid I've got more pressing matters for you. I hate to keep stringing you from mission to mission. I know you haven't had a ton of time to rest, but this involves a friend of the agency's. And by a friend, I mean an agent.
I'm about to be, enjoy the finest that Denny's has to offer, sir. I'm sure that it will be sufficiently fortifying.
Well, I should hope so. I know it's getting late. We'll put you up for a hotel room tonight, but afterwards we'll need you in Nevada. Agent Oliver Coy, have you ever had the opportunity to work with him directly?
Okay, guess I get to make that decision.
That's totally up to you.
Do I... is this somebody who is, like, a peer in terms of, like, length of time spent with the agency / age group? Is this somebody who's a peer of mine or somebody who's older, just so I can, like, I know what a good contextual reason for me to know them or not would be?
Sure, let's do a little bit older than you. Maybe not a generation as we define it as a culture, but like a generation, like a class above you.
Okay.
Graduating 4 years earlier, so to speak. But also a field agent of your caliber. Same job, 4 years more experience.
Okay, that makes sense. Or Coy. Yes, Agent Coy was, I was running notes and evidence collection as a junior agent on... I think it was his first case he was leading. So it's a few years ago, but yes, we have worked together.
Right. I think I remember that from your file when I became your handler. That was the Boise incident.
Yes, sir, Boise.
I regret to inform you that Agent Oliver Coy has gone missing. He was dispatched to this location in Nevada 1 month ago. His last communication with us was 3 days ago. It's now been long enough that we're concerned. I'm sending you coordinates to a small town in eastern Nevada. It's coordinates because there's no way you've ever heard of this place. Kenway, Nevada. We'll need you there as soon as possible. You're welcome to stay in Los Angeles tonight, but this is an urgent matter.
Yes, sir. Distance estimate. I'm just getting an ETA calculated now, which is... Can I Google Maps that, like, in real life so I can know how many hours it is?
No, it's fake as shit.
Okay.
Use, like, Steptoe, Nevada.
Okay, so...
Fuck, Steptoe, Nevada, also a good town name for this.
I'm looking at 9 hours, 10.5 with LA, with the traffic just getting out of Los Angeles, sir. So I should be arriving at the coordinates tomorrow evening.
We can't get anyone in there any faster.
What was the one-line briefing on Coy's assignment, sir?
Alister, you know this job is a lot of locals seeing things. And you know for a fact that a lot of that is unsubstantiated for the most part. What we're dealing with here is... Who's to say if it's real? All I know is one of our field agents has gone missing. And this appears to be a close encounter of the second kind. I'll have more details to brief you with. Our audio engineers are working on scrubbing the recovered data files from Agent Coy's transmissions. I should have more for you by tomorrow.
Agent Coy's an asset to the agency, sir. He'll have the best I can muster.
Well, we appreciate that. I'll let you get your rest. You know how to forward receipts to the agency for hotel reimbursement, correct?
Sir.
Like Alister doesn't know how to expense shit.
That moment of like, just the fucking undercurrent of, are you seriously asking Nerd Lord number 1 if he knows how to do his paperwork?
Alister, can you expense our Denny's?
Yeah. Can you pay for my pancakes?
Alister.
Baby.
Alister!
Alister. Room service?
Agent McAndrews, why did you order 3 omelets that evening?
Sir, I was hungry.
Sir, it was going to be a long drive.
I got some to go.
Sir, you know I pre-game my eggs.
with additional eggs. Lot of egg action happening at the Denny's, sir.
It's just the fucking clip of Gaston going, when I was a boy I ate 4 dozen eggs.
I'm roughly the size of a barge.
A barge.
Agent Gray, over and out. We'll be in communication tomorrow.
Over and out.
The machine goes back into the glove compartment. It slides back in nicely.
Alister taps on the wheel for a minute and then starts humming the E.T. theme as he drives away.
Dork.
Maddie and Nick, if you want to do a scene on the motorcycle as best you can, shouting over the highway sound, you're welcome to.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine, like, maybe we get there, like, Alister maybe slows down while he's taking a call, and also, like, I don't know, maybe I don't give a shit about, maybe I don't give a shit about the laws.
Yeah, maybe we're just cooler.
Yeah, maybe we're just cooler because we're on a motorcycle and we're sexy and gay.
Yeah, exactly.
Alister's also gay. And sexy,
Yeah,
I
he's
guess.
just not.
But
I mean,
don't know.
that depends
I
on
won't.
your.
Not
yeah,
yet.
not yet.
Not yet.
Polos have to do it for someone.
Yeah.
I mean, they certainly sell enough of them that you would think so.
At Infinity Break 23, if you think Alister is sexy, let us know. Yeah, so I imagine we arrive at the parking lot a little bit early. Maybe we get a table. Like, maybe we go in and grab a table, and that's, like, us sitting at the table.
Inside dining.
Yeah. Oh, God, remember when? Fucked up if true. Yeah, so maybe we're, like,
Wild.
sitting at the table, and, like, we, like... I know Saint has been like, I want diner coffee. And so they're, like, flipping through the menu and just kind of, like, vibing.
The parking lot of this diner is lit with these bright but slightly flickering parking lot fluorescent lamps. Beyond that, kind of an inky darkness. A darkness you wouldn't expect this close to Los Angeles. The world that you're in right now feels very insular. The sizzle of the grill, the hum of various coffee makers, and the jukebox very faintly playing some old song. You're in a sealed bubble, kept safe for now from the outside world.
Man, Denny's really is like a whole other dimension.
Like airports.
Yeah. Or highways in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm. Rest stops.
Yeah, rest stops.
Yeah.
The world seems to fade away while you're in here.
I think, I don't know if Saint has any, like, particular thing he wants to say. I think he, like, feels, like, comfortable in the silence, especially because he just kind of, like, said a bunch of shit about, like, his life and what he does, and it's, like, you know, I think he's kind of pensive. He's kind of, like, looking out the window. He like, definitely was like, I want a table that's a booth, but where we could also see my motorcycle. So he's, like, just kind of looking out the window and also just, like, making sure his bike is okay. Just kind of, like, chilling.
Yeah, Jules is also kind of sitting at the booth. She orders fries, of course.
Of course.
Diner fries.
Duh.
Yeah. And a burger and soda. And none of which she's had in a long time.
Oh, yes, this is going to be so lit for her.
She's like, oh my gosh, she hasn't been at a restaurant in so long. And also kind of looking out the window, almost distracted a little.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is also new
Yeah.
and weird.
And
it was fake.
it was fake. I know, I guess I didn't think about, like, you were in that forest for a hot minute, huh?
Yeah, a really long time. I don't really even know how long.
Yeah, I don't know, is this overwhelming? Is this too much?
I mean, it kind of was at the beginning a little bit, but, like, it's not too bad, you know? I mean, it's one thing to, you know, stay in one place and be as safe as possible, but I guess what you guys do is, you know, important in its own way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Even though that whole thing was fake.
Even though the whole thing was fucking fake.
My first ghost and it was fake?
I know, you were all worried about nothing. You want to bring your gun in. It wasn't even a real ghost. It was
Except
fine.
that I definitely, yeah... Not like I would have been able to do anything about it anyway.
No. I mean, you could have shot the cameras. That would have been funny.
That's true. It would have. Did you see the look on that guy's face when I said I was going to break open his drain?
I know. What a nerd. I don't know. I kind of feel bad for them. They're just trying to make a living, I guess. I could respect that.
Now that it's all about spectacle and no one's going to get hurt, I mean,
yeah.
I guess there's not really a problem to it.
No, you know, like he said, we're both in the ghost business, and I know that the ghost business doesn't usually pay super good. So, you know, I kind of feel for him. you know, and yeah, it's a show.
So, I mean, obviously our first one was some kind of weird monster.
Yeah.
And then the second one wasn't even real.
Yeah.
But what is the scariest ghost you've ever encountered?
Well, I think one of the scariest things I ever encountered was my first one. 'Cause, you know, I didn't think any of this shit was real, right?
You went into it not knowing if it was real or not, like not convinced?
Well, I didn't start exorcism on a whim. I started because my friend got possessed. And you know, we were just fucking around, you know, with a Ouija board, and
that's how they get you.
Yeah, that's how they get you. And suddenly it was real fast. And we had to figure out what to do. And thank God we did. And she's okay, you know. But you know, I don't think there was anything scarier than you know, you and your like teenage dirtbag friends were out just like dicking around in this old house, and then suddenly your friend is talking and it's not your friend anymore. It was kind of fucked up, you know.
That sounds scary.
So, you know, I've had a couple of real, I've seen stuff scarier than that, but, you know, at least I walked into those things knowing that it was real and kind of knowing what I was up against, even if I got surprised by what happened. But, you know, but that was, I think it was the shock of, oh, this is real and I don't know what to do. And, like, I was 17.
Wow, that is young.
Yeah, when you think that, like, you got shit and, like, nothing can hurt you, and then it's like, oh, man, I don't got nothing. I can't tell my mom about this.
Ooh,
she's gonna yell at me because I broke into a building. So, you know.
Oh, yeah, but, like, what teenager doesn't do that?
Yeah, I know.
mean...
I told her as soon as we figured it out, we got everybody home, and she was like, where the hell were you? And I was like, oh, we broke into a building, and then, like, you know, and then Anna got possessed, and she was like, what are you talking about? I was like, Bob, you gotta believe me, and she did, actually, which was the crazy part.
Wow.
So, you know, yeah, I think that was, but, you know, you already kind of know about all this stuff, so you, I assume you also kind of had a moment like that, but, apparently it wasn't with ghosts. I don't know.
No, not with ghosts. No.
Do you mind if I ask, like, how you knew? I don't know. Maybe it's kind of touchy.
No, it's fine. It's I don't really remember it very well. I used to be a part of a government agency like Alister.
Mm-hmm.
And I discovered something that I shouldn't have. And what happened afterward was that finding the truth that there are things out there that regular people don't know about, cryptids and aliens and whatnot. And they get you really good, you know, believing that all of that stuff is so fake. And then when you try to speak out about it, they take everything you have away and chase you into the forest so that you can never be a part of society again.
Oh. Jules, I'm sorry.
That's kind of why I don't trust Alister all that much.
Yeah, no, I don't think I would either. I mean, I don't know. He's certainly got knowledge I don't, you know. But what he does is just not. It's just so not what I do. or what you do. I don't know.
Right. It's so different when it's one person doing it by themselves, but when there's like a whole agency behind you funding everything and, you know, tying everything together, it's something else.
Yeah, there's something about having the fist of the government behind you that suddenly makes things, I don't know. The second you have to answer to somebody, I don't know, maybe that's good. But once you get that big, maybe it's real bad.
It makes you think about what they're hiding from everyone else.
Yeah. Or what he's telling his boss. Or what his boss is telling him. You know, we don't know. I don't know what they've said about us or you specifically or me or I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
I don't know if I can trust him.
Even if it's not him, then who knows, you know, what... I know I sound like the crazy one, but, you know, who's to say that they, with all his technology, that they aren't watching through him, you know?
Yeah, you know, maybe he has good intentions, but his whoever doesn't, you know, it's...
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, maybe this is the end of it. Maybe, you're welcome to ride with me as long as you want, obviously. I could take you home if you want.
Your motorcycle's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome, yeah, you know. And, I don't know, Jules, I won't lie. It's just me most of the time, you know, and that gets kind of lonely, so... I don't know, it's nice to have a friend kicking it with you. Somebody who knows how to shoot a gun. Things get hairy. But I also understand, you know, if you want to kind of retreat back to seclusion.
I don't actually, I guess, mind it. I mean, the way I see it, maybe hiding out all the time, what kind of life is that, really?
Yeah.
And I've been so scared about what could happen. I didn't realize there were things that I could actually be doing instead of just, I guess, avoiding the inevitable.
Yeah.
In the upper corner of the restaurant, above the door, there is an old-fashioned security camera staring down the barrel of the diner. Its red blinking light catches your attention, Jules. It feels like it's staring at you.
Jules stops talking, and where she was, you know, more at ease talking to Saint, suddenly her guard is up again.
You okay?
They're always watching. She kind of motions towards where she sees the camera.
And he like looked over his shoulder and he's like, I mean, I guess I wouldn't put it past anybody. Do you want to leave? Do you want to go somewhere else?
I mean, doesn't it feel really weird in here? Maybe it's just the whole diner thing, but it feels like I don't know. It feels weird in here.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. Jules, I spend like 50% of my life in diners just like this one, so they all kind of feel the same to me, but if your gut says something bad, then I trust you. You know, I trust that, so I'm happy to dip.
Yeah, I think we should go.
Okay, sure.
The back door of the restaurant opens. It's behind the counter and deep back behind the kitchen, the door that leads to the dumpsters. But it opens, and it shuts. And you can't see who came in or out.
Okay, well, let's go. I'll go pay.
Okay.
Just, give me one sec, okay?
Okay. I'll put the rest of my fries in the to-go container because I'm not leaving that shit behind.
Yeah. No government agency that can make me leave my fries. Yeah, I'll, like, go up to the front and, like, pay and be like, hey, sorry, we actually have to go. We have like somewhere we have to be.
There is nobody at the cashier.
The fuck? Were there people here? Like, when was the last time I noticed somebody being here?
Easily a couple minutes ago.
Were there a lot of people, or was there like one person and they went out back?
You two were the only two patrons in the restaurant. There was a chef and there was a waitress, and that was it.
Cool. And they've both dipped, as far as we can see.
They are not here now.
Okay. Well...
There's no one here to take the payment.
Yeah, maybe we just dine and dash, huh?
Yeah, I don't think they're... yeah, I think
it feels
more
weird
urgent
to me that
just...
they would both... Yeah, let's go. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
You want to try and head out the back?
Towards where where we heard the door open and close?
That's a fair point. Yeah, let's go out the front.
Okay.
We go out the front.
You walk out into the relatively cool Los Angeles air. It is winter, although Los Angeles doesn't show it. It's a dark parking lot, and Alister has just arrived by parked van.
I'll wave him down.
All around you, across every horizon, you see the crisscrossing of skyscrapers and lights and radio towers in the city. And overhead directly, although far overhead, a lone helicopter zigzags across the night sky.
Yeah, I wave Alister down over to where we are and like jog over to the car. It's like the driver's side.
Yeah, I guess Alister like opens the door. And it's just like a what's up with
bad vibes? I don't know, something weird. Jules got a bad feeling, and then I got a bad feeling. Something weird's going on. I think we're gonna head somewhere else. You're obviously welcome to join us, I guess, but I don't know. We're gonna go.
I just made a reservation at the Motel 8, couple exits north of here.
I will share a look with Jules to be like, do we want to go with him?
There's clearly a moment where she's very nervous. Her hands are clasped in front of her, like rubbing at her palms, like almost in a nervous tick, almost. But she gives kind of a little bit of a shrug and a nod, like, well, maybe if in like a let's observe him kind of way.
Okay, yeah. He nods and he's like, yeah, cool, we'll meet you there. And I guess, Jules, you want to ride with me?
She nods. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. Meet you there.
Sure.
You drive through the Los Angeles cityscape and find yourself at the Motel 8.
Was it a motel? I think it was a Motel 8 that we were joking about, like, Alister's has notes on whether or not all Motel 8s are secretly,
Best Western, I believe.
Was it Best Western?
I don't remember.
For some reason, I thought it was Motel 8.
I don't know. They both sound correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, I said what I said. It's fine.
We're at a Motel 8 now. Great. Yeah. So we all roll out.
Yeah, I guess Alister will probably stop for coffee and, like, a taco truck or something like that, just because he's like, okay, that's weird, whatever. Street meat it is.
Love a street taco.
Which means that Jules and Saint arrive in the parking lot for the Motel 8 early.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of those motels with 2 stories stacked on top of each other. You know, like a building.
Mm-hmm.
With a single fluorescently lit office on the corner.
Eyes open for anything, especially another helicopter.
Yeah. I think Saint wants to wait for Alister to get there because he technically has the room. I don't think Saint necessarily wants to check, like, he and Jules in. Like,
yeah, our identities are secret.
Yeah. So I think we park the bike and like maybe like scoot under one of the like the lower. They have like the awnings that like because it's a 2-story, so the upper part has a place where you walk, and that creates an awning for the lower part. We've a motel. And I think we like maybe duck under those to like get out of the like aerial view, maybe.
Totally. You stay there under the shadows until Alister arrives.
Okay, yeah. Alister's like, drives up and is kind of just like, sort of like, is clearly clocking that something is like odd is going on.
Because like it'd be normal if it was just Jules who thought it was weird, but
yeah. I guess he gets out of the van, smelling faintly of street tacos, and it just kind of like looks between them. I have number 17, but I didn't really take either of you for the sleepover type.
Oh my gosh, there's only one bed.
Oh my god, there's only one bed.
Just like,
whatever will we do?
I'll leave you two together.
And that's what happens. No, that's fair. Sorry, my hackles are up and I can't figure out why. Something weird. Something, I don't know. Bad moon rising, maybe. I don't know. I just got a weird vibe. Jules, you want to bunk with me, or you want a separate room?
She kind of looks between Alister and Saint, and there's like wheels going on in her head, and then she goes, I'll be fine on my own. You two can stay together.
Okay.
There's almost the suggestion that, like, Saint has kind of keyed into Jules's...
Oh, she wants me to keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same look that she gave you before
sure.
when you gave her the look of, like, should we stay with him or not?
Okay, yeah. I picked that up now that she's like, keep an eye on him, please. Like, I'd rather be by myself and know you've... Sure. And he, like, nods. He's like, Sure, I guess.
Plus, there's only one bed.
There's only one bed. Oh my god. The, like, dating sim menu pops up before Saint, and it's either, like, agree or disagree.
Wait, your intimacy has to go up.
Alister's just kind of looking, like, and just shrugs at Jules kind of being Jules, or which is to say, being inexplicably kind of weird, and just says, creative expense reporting it is, and we'll head off to the office to secure an additional room for Jules.
Cool.
And I guess at some point we'll come back with a room key.
A king or two queens? 2 queens. Yeah, I thought so. Supernatural joke, sorry.
No, it's
I got it.
Once again you get that sort of like, the Star Trek fan fiction joke of like, I've spent so much time staring at Spock that I can tell when he's like, it's like, you're making a face because you think this is funny, you fucker. That's kind of, you're starting to pick up that a lot of Alister's like stuff is, he's just very impassive, but there's a lot of like micro expression, like I'm laughing stuff going on.
Yeah.
So you get another one of those at that, but he doesn't say anything about it.
Sure. Cool. Did you get another room with 2 beds, or is this there's only one bed situation?
Oh, no, I would imagine, no, it's, oh my god. That's actually,
I'm not gonna force
Maddie,
that on you.
Hey, Maddie, do you want this to be a there's only one bed kind of a situation?
I don't.
Do you want to go there?
I
don't think I want to go there yet.
I mean, we could. Yeah, I don't think we're there yet. I think it makes more sense for Alister to grab another room with 2 beds and give Jules the room with 1 bed.
Yes, that's I think that's what we're gonna go with.
I think that is what he would do.
This campaign is a road trip. There will be hotels in the future.
I thought you were gonna say this campaign is a love story. I'll love Fleabag.
Baby, just say yes.
Mm-hmm.
He is, yeah. He'll come back unless you guys need to talk.
No.
While this is going on, but yeah, he'll come back and he'll toss the keys for number 17 to Jules, and does say, sharing a king seemed like a little bit too middle school.
You know, I think that's fair. We're adults. We can have separate beds. Jules, you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
All right. I think like Saint brings all his shit inside, and I think that like this is fun because this is a scene of two people who are used to spending a lot of time in hotel rooms on their own, and therefore they have like specific hotel room like routines, and now their routines are overlapping, and I don't know if they overlap and necessarily like they conflict, but like they happen like simultaneously, which I think is interesting. So like Saint is like, I bring all my shit inside. My shit goes under the bed. I like go take a shower to get the road grime off me. I like come back in. I take the bed furthest from the door. If Alister gives it to me, that might be a thing they fight over. Is like neither of us want to be closer to the door.
Yeah, I think they both go for the bed that's furthest from the door, but Alister sort of picking up on Saint being like clearly something has happened between the relative like haha wasn't that funny of it turning out to be a Scooby-Doo episode, and you know, this clearly something has got Saint on edge. And I think that Alistair's probably not going to say anything about it, but he will kind of, like, he'll, like, relinquish that, like, thing that's going to make Saint feel, like, safer. But you do see Alistair put his taser under his pillow.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely, a moment where they, like, start towards the bed, look at each other, and, like, Saint, like, steps back, and then Alistair is like, no, you take it. And I think you see Saint's shoulders, like, relax a little bit in terms of, like, oh, I, like, wasn't expecting that. And I do put my machete under my pillow. And then do the, like, okay, I'm gonna shower, and then, like, you could shower, and then, like...
Yeah, Alistair will sort of, like, nod, because he's going to... He like sits down at the like shitty little table and starts
desk.
Yeah, the little like desk table, and pulls out his, you know, little like notebook laptop and starts writing up his report on the situation.
Sure.
There's a lot of sort of like, you know, not actually saying anything but kind of like grunting. Not grunting, but you know, the sort of like that kind of like stuff at each other.
Yeah. I think, like, Saint basically immediately, like, turns in, like, back against the wall, and is like, lights out, lights on, doesn't matter to me. I have pretty good dark vision, so, you know, whatever. I'm also a pretty light sleeper, so if something happens, just say my name, I'll wake up.
Maddie, you mentioned bringing all your stuff in, and I think it would be very funny if you rolled your motorcycle in.
Can I just park this in here real quick? Is that cool? Yeah, okay, cool. We're just gonna put these between the beds. It's not gay if there's a motorcycle between us. And I'll get into bed. No.
I have a really important question, Maddie.
Yeah.
What are Saint's like road pajamas?
Oh, good question. I'm sure that, like, he, like, digs it out of the saddlebags, and there's a moment where, like, he, like, pauses, because whatever he was gonna grab, he's like, oh, I'm in a room with another person, and he grabs something else. So he, like, grabs, like, a pair of, like, gym shorts and, like, a tank top. And that's what he's sleeping in.
Alister has a plain white, like, Hanes undershirt t-shirt and...
Oh my god, of
like,
course he does.
Full, and like, fucking plaid pajama bottoms.
Of course he does. This also means that, like, Saint comes out, like, without his binder on and, like, very nervously, like, shoves it in his saddlebags. And, like, gets under the covers.
Obviously, Alister just, like, is, like, absolutely no expression change, like, yeah, man.
Yeah, legit, bro.
Yeah, it's just like,
Cool.
Alister mentally, dude, I'm so glad you don't feel the need to sleep in your binder because I would be really worried about you.
Yeah, I think actually with that in mind, he probably, like, puts on a t-shirt rather than a tank top, because people with titties, you ever sleep in a tank top?
Then
they escape. They escape.
So
it's incredible.
They escape. Yeah, so he grabs a t-shirt instead, but
fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would imagine. I think Alistair's probably filling out his. I mean, he's probably like stays up a decent amount of time writing his.
Yeah.
And like starts. So I guess he's like he'll like be writing his report while Saint's in the shower, but at some point there's like a little like ping noise, and Alistair's like reading the mission briefing and is like getting more and more concerned looking. Like that Saint would probably be able to notice.
No, you all right?
I've got to be out of here early tomorrow morning. I've been new.
Sure.
Something's come up.
Sure.
And like does not look at Saint the whole time. He's like just looking at the computer screen. He just says, one of our field agents went missing out in Nevada. Last contact was 3 days ago.
Shit.
He's a good
That's not
guy. Good at his job, diligent, and popular. And I guess I'm the best they've got.
Sure. Not an easy job, then, it sounds like.
Back on the boat, when you said that you're really deep down more than ghosts or anything specific, your thing is saving people, right? Helping people out?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got anywhere you gotta be? Because, I could really use your help on this one. Agent Coy could really use your help.
No, I don't have a job on the line, and yeah, it sounds like you really you got a man who really needs saving, and that is my job description. So what was, I don't know how much help I'll be, unless he was ghosting, but I'll do what I can.
Good. And well, like I said, creative expense reporting is something of a hobby. So
what, they don't want you to
sure
take on a partner?
There isn't anybody else. If you're willing to be my ace in the hole on this one.
I think Jules and I were planning on sticking together for the most part, but I'm sure she could be coerced, and I love taking money from the government that they don't want me to have. So,
well,
coerced.
It might be aliens. So, yeah, I think Jules will be on board.
Okay, yeah, I think that she could be convinced. We talking little gray men? What is the... Sorry, I guess I probably shouldn't make fun, considering I literally do The Exorcist for a living, but and he like turns away and like runs a towel through his hair and like kind of chuckles to himself.
Little Grey Men is a common misconception. It's more of a lavender tone, really.
Okay. All right.
Saint, you spend the rest of the evening wondering how much of that was a joke, as eventually the parking lot street lights kind of fade away and you both drift into slumber. You wake up the next morning, not as well rested as you could have been, but it's comforting, being in a secure place after the harrowing set of days that you've had. It seems to be a normal Los Angeles morning. The air is crisp. Sunlight is peeking through the blinds. Spooky, spooky sunlight.
Spooky, scary skeletons. It shivers down your spine.
I saw something that was like something like, it's Halloween, it's March, I don't want to see this, it's Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah. Me.
Same.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I guess it's probably a similar sort of vibe where, they both have their like waking up in a hotel room routines. And like, I don't know, Alister probably volunteers to go in search of real coffee.
Alister, you leave the room after getting dressed and walk toward the office where you had seen a coffee maker earlier that night. As you pass Jules's room, you notice that the door is open, just ajar.
Huh. I will, kind of lean up against the, do the sort of, like, tactical lean against the wall next to it, and, like, very gently, knock, like, with one knuckle on the door. Say, Jules?
The room is empty. There is no reply. And there is no Jules.
Guess I will go back to the room and to Saint and just say, hey, Jules was pretty on edge last night, right?
Yeah, she seemed pretty spooked.
Okay.
She okay? What's up?
I think she may have decided to make her own way. There's nobody in the room. I mean, we should check it out, but she sort of seemed like the flighty type.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, let's check if there's a note or something. I mean, maybe that's why she wanted us to bunk together so she could just kind of dip without having to explain. I understand.
I was gonna say, did she say anything to you last night?
No, we had kind of talked vaguely about sticking together. I offered to take her back home if she wanted, and she thought like, oh, maybe not. But we didn't. We didn't make any solid plans, and she seemed kind of spooked, and we were talking about like the government and stuff, and I don't know, maybe she decided it was better to get while the getting was good. Well, I don't know. Let's see if she like left a note or something. Maybe not. She was afraid she was being followed, but worth looking. Yeah. So I'll go in room. I type go in room into the command bar and hit enter.
Yeah, I type follow Saint and hit enter.
The hotel room is functionally identical to yours. Not much has changed, of course, although there is a singular bed. Conspicuously clean. The room looks largely untouched. You get the idea that this place maybe doesn't get a ton of business. I guess that's been the story this chapter, hotels that don't get a ton of business. You do notice a series of slightly muddy boot prints from the entranceway all the way up to the desk that in your room, Alister, you were typing your report on. But that is where the boot prints end, surely. Jules took her shoes off after a long couple days on the road. And for some reason, the Walla Walla woods dirt was still stuck to her soles after so many days on the road. And sunlight is peeking through the blinds just the same as in your room. Very noticeably. You can see that Jules's gun, her shotgun, that she first pointed at you aggressively outside the Swaying Birch retirement community, is sticking out from underneath the bed.
That seems weird that she would leave her gun, but maybe she had to go quick. Is there a note or anything? Is there like anything like that saying like, hey, I dipped or whatever?
There are no notes.
Okay. I'll grab the gun, like gingerly kind of pull it out and be like, well, I mean, I guess I'll hang on to it. I figure we'll run into her again at some point.
The gun is old and battered. Its edges around the stock are worn down. It's seen plenty of dampness over its days. As you kind of lean your head back up after reaching down to grab the gun, you see back behind the lamp on the bedside table a small kind of carrying pouch, a sheath.
For like a knife or?
For like a knife.
Sure. No knife in it?
No, there's a knife.
Oh, so she also left her knife. Must have had to go pretty quick.
You fiddle around with it in your hand, checking to make sure it's hers, to see if it was left there on accident by her or perhaps some previous patron, and you unclasp the clasp and move back the flap, letting the multi-tool, the same multi-tool that she used both in Walla Walla and in Long Beach, most recently to reveal the projector hiding underneath the pool floor. Engraved into the center of it, Jules Eugenia Ortiz, Federal Bureau of Investigations. 2015. Congratulations. There is no other traces of Jules. What you've been listening to was Parasites, a glimpse into a world unknown. It was an actual play horror adventure told to you through the Fate system. Our players were Ezra Kay as Eyes on the Ground Agent Alister McAndrews, Matty Trumbo Gomes as capable young man St. Garcia Flores, and Nik Boylan as Monster in the Woods, Jules Ortiz. As for myself, I was your game master and disembodied voice, Ben Hamlin. I also produced this show, just for you. Our theme song was by the incorporeal Johnny Ronaldo, and our logo was created by the haunted visage of Tara Bossart. The show is brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. You can follow us on social media at Infinity Break 23, and check out our website and all our other tabletop shows, alive and dead, at infinitybreak.net. We appreciate your listening to this program. If you'd like to help the show succeed, there are a good many ways to do that. You can help spread the word about this show on social media or by simple word of mouth. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/InfinityBreak, where you can start donating to Infinity Break for as little as $1 a month. We appreciate your support and promise a good deal of behind-the-scenes audio. And finally, if you listen through Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a review. Reviews help us rise in the podcasting charts and help more people stumble across our show like a body in the woods. That's all for now. Let Parascience drift into the back of your mind and let the Queen Mary rock you to sleep across the dark waters on which it rests. We'll be back in 2 weeks.